They say money can't buy happiness, but what if it actively buys regret? I'm Arthur, an 82-year-old who chased the $10 million dream, only to find myself in a gilded cage. This isn't a success story, it's a warning. If you're relentlessly pursuing wealth, you need to hear the hidden costs I paid. The relationships I sacrificed, the quiet moments I missed, and why my biggest achievement became my deepest sorrow. Discover the truth about what true wealth really means. Today, I'll share my story of wealth regrets and what I learned. I'm Arthur, an 82-year-old who chased the $10 million dream only to find myself in a gilded cage. This isn't a success story, it's a warning. If you're relentlessly pursuing wealth, you need to hear the hidden costs I paid, the relationships I sacrificed, the quiet moments I missed, and why my biggest achievement became my deepest sorrow. Discover the truth about what true wealth really means. Look around you. This apartment, it costs more than most people earn in a lifetime. Every piece of furniture, every artwork screams success. And yes, I have the $10 million in the bank, maybe more now with investments, but I'm alone, utterly, completely alone. My days are filled with the echo of my own footsteps, not the laughter of family or friends. This watch on my wrist, it's a Patek Philippe, a symbol of meticulous craftsmanship and immense value. But it also represents the countless hours I spent chasing that value, hours I can never get back. Each tick is a reminder of a moment lost, a memory unmade because I was always working, always pushing for the next deal, the next acquisition. I thought accumulating this much money would bring freedom, security, and ultimately, happiness. What it brought instead was a profound, suffocating emptiness. I believed the lie that more was better, that my worth was tied to my net worth. Now, sitting here in this opulent silence, I realize the terrible price I paid. And I desperately want to tell you, don't make the same mistake. The relentless pursuit of that $10 million became my sole focus. I started as a bright-eyed ad executive, full of ideas and a hunger to prove myself. Soon, the long hours became the norm, not the exception. Weekends blurred into weekdays. Family dinners were replaced by client calls, and holidays were just opportunities to get ahead while others rested. My wife, bless her patient soul, tried to understand. At first, she'd bring me coffee at the office late at night or pack me a lunch to eat at my desk. But the distance grew slowly at first, then exponentially. Our conversations dwindled to logistics and finances, never about dreams or shared joys. I remember missing my daughter's first steps because I was closing a deal in another city. I told myself it was for her future, for our future, that the sacrifices now would mean a better life for us all later. But later never quite arrived in the way I envisioned. The more money I made, the more isolated I became. Friends stopped calling because I was never available. My phone was always on, always buzzing with the next opportunity, the next problem to solve, the next rung on the ladder. The silence in my luxurious home became a constant companion, a heavy blanket that smothered any joy the financial achievements might have brought. I was rich in assets, but bankrupt in connection. This brings me to my most earnest advice for you. Please do not make the same mistakes I did. Your time, your relationships, your health, these are the true currencies of a rich life, not the numbers in your bank account. I urge you to define success not by accumulation, but by connection, by presence, and by the quiet joy a moment shared. Look within yourself and identify what truly brings you fulfillment, what nurtures your spirit, and what makes you feel alive. It is rarely the next promotion or the bigger house. Instead, it's often the simple things, a genuine conversation with a loved one, a walk in nature, pursuing a passion that brings no financial return but immense personal satisfaction. Cultivate those aspects of your life with the same vigor you might apply to a business deal. Invest in your emotional bank account as diligently as you do your financial one. Because when you reach my age, sitting in a beautiful space with no one to share it with, you realize that the greatest wealth is not what you own, but who you are and who you have loved. Don't chase a dream that leaves you empty. Chase one that fills your heart. So remember my story, the 10 million, the wealth regrets, the profound emptiness. Don't chase a number at the expense of everything real. Choose connection, choose presence, choose a life truly rich in meaning. Your future self will thank you.